साहब तेरी साहिबी।
Along the banks of the sacred virgin river Narmada in eastern Madhya Pradesh lie the ruins of the fort from which a brave and independent queen ruled over 200 years ago. This was Ahalyabai Holkar, daughter-in-law of the then ruler of Indore, Malhar Rao Holkar. Assuming power at the death of her father-in-law, she moved her capital to Maheshwar from Indore, and amongst her many onerous tasks, set about inviting weavers from across India to set up what became the textile industry of Maheshwar. Inviting weavers from other parts of the state and from neighbouring Gujarat, she set up the industry in Maheshwar in 1768. The Maheshwari sari was known for its fine cotton count with variations of self-stripes and checks in the body, woven in a plain weave with extra warp patterning for the borders and plain coloured bands of zari for the pallu. Saris woven in Maheshwar became the mainstay of the wardrobes of the neighbouring Maharashtrian women, and no wedding was complete without at least one such sari. Over the last century, the industry faced many ups and downs, but today is stable due to the efforts of the descendants of Ahalyabai. The pattern for the Maheshwar sari is created on paper and then transferred onto the lattice of the dobby by pegging. This is then fitted onto the dobby. In Maheshwar, 24, 40 or 60 dobbies are used for the patterning. The yarn is either wound by hand charkha or by machines. The warping is also mechanized. The warp is set up with 20 by 22 denier single ply silk. Normally 52 meters of warp, that equivalent to 8 saris, is prepared at one go. The denting and drafting follow. The great peculiarity of this technique is that the yarn is dyed after it is mounted on the loom. Today, chemical dyes give the saris an infinite palette. The Maheshwari sari used to be woven only on the fly shuttle pick loom. Today, in many instances, a dobby attachment is set up to make extra warp designs for the border, replacing the traditional lever system. The dobby not only allows for a wider variety of designs but also makes it possible to correct mistakes made in the course of weaving. Another advantage of the dobby is that it allows for a change in patterns midway. The extra warp has weights attached to it to keep it taut. The extra weft for patterning was introduced only in the 90s and is used for weaving small booties motifs. Pure cotton saris gave way to the neem reshmi saris woven with a silk warp and cotton weft, which eliminated the tedious process of sizing of the yarn and enhanced the sari's market value. Earlier Maheshwari saris had the familiar Maharashtrian motifs like the Maheshwari bugdi, gom or the chata in the border and different versions of fine checks in the body. The distinctive element was the fine tie-dyed stripe known as the katari, which worked as an accent. Today many motifs from the surrounding architecture have been introduced. Any sari or yardage can be produced in up to 50 color combinations. The 1300 looms are still working in Maheshwar, with interventions from designers now produce dress material, stoles, drapes and scarves of many different types and yarn combinations, including the famous light and shadow dhoop chhau that makes a Maheshwar fabric so recognizable.